Hello and welcome to Jessie Bear Book Club. Today we are talking about Aemond Targaryen. Is he the ancestor of House Tully? Aemond One-Eye is my favourite member of Team Green. How he could be the founder of House Tully comes about in a really roundabout way, and when I say House Tully, I mean House Tully now. So we're talking about Edmure, Catelyn, Lysa, and their children, which of course include all the Stark kids apart from Jon. This idea was brought to my attention by a Facebook group called Team Green I'm a part of. People were talking about how the actor who plays Aemon looks a lot like the actress who plays Catelyn Stark, and that got me thinking about Aemon's bastard child with the Witch of Harrenhal. Could that child be the founder of House Whent? So, hold on to your hats, my friends. We are going on a deep dive. And if you haven't read the books, this might get a little confusing. Before we get started, I would just like to remind you all to like this video because it is the only way the tyrannical YouTube algorithm promotes me or notices me at all. You can also subscribe. I make loads of A Song of Ice and Fire content, as well as House of the Dragon content, with comparison videos, and I've also reviewed the entire Accursed King series, which was the inspiration George R. R. Martin took from when writing A Game of Thrones. This idea, on the surface, does make sense. If Aemond One-Eye was the ancestor of House Tully, on the surface, Catelyn would have some dragon blood, and if she mixed that with the Stark warg blood, of course all the Stark children would be powerful skin changers, which we know is true. I am not one of these people that immediately jumps to the conclusion that everyone in A Song of Ice and Fire is a secret Targaryen, but this ancestry would be so far back in our story, about 300 years, I don't think you could really call the Tullys Targaryen. Also, they'd be illegitimate. I have often thought that Catelyn Tully must have some dormant magic genes within her. All the dire wolf bonding couldn't just come from Ned's side of the family, and we never see Ned have any sort of skin changer capabilities. And this magical trait could also be linked to Lysa and Sweet Robin, but that is a different video for a different time. But if the Tullys do carry Aemond One-Eye's DNA, it would mean that the Song of Ice and Fire isn't just about Jon and his parentage. It could also include the other Stark children and their lineage, especially if you throw in the Sarah Snow theory, which I already have a video about on my channel. The link will be up in the corner right now. This theory relies heavily on the Witch of Harrenhal and her son. The last time we see these two in Fire and Blood, the witch has started ruling Harrenhal in her son's name, and they are now under siege. The witch has declared her son the rightful ruler of the Seven Kingdoms, claiming that Aemond One-Eye married her before he died. So the child is the only male descendant of House Green. The last we really hear of the Witch of Harrenhal, she has just made a man die because she cursed him and said that if anybody were to laugh at him, he would die, and he dies. But will the TV show follow this storyline? It's a lot of conjecture, it's a lot of mushroom, if you know what I mean, and seeing as House of the Dragon haven't picked up the Sarah Snow storyline yet, I don't know if they're going to pick up the Witch of Harrenhal, but I am viewing the TV show and the books as separate entities. They are interlinked, but they are completely different, a bit like A Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire. But there always is a bit of overlap. My theory involves this child of the Witch of Harrenhal being pardoned for being an innocent, a bit like Daemon Palehair, and ending up founding House Whent, one of the last houses to rule Harrenhal. Catelyn, Lysa, and Edmure's mother was the last person we know living that was a member of House Whent, and she died in childbirth trying to give her lord a second son. We know very little about House Whent. We know the last Lady Whent went completely mad and bathed in virgin's blood to keep her beauty. And the family sigil is a big black bat. It's all a bit vampiric. But blood magic is closely linked to the Targaryens and the Red God. And I think that is a little bit of circumstantial evidence that points to the fact that Aemond and could have been the founder of House Whent and not even known it. I guess we're going to have to wait for the next Fire and Blood book to find out what happens to the Witch of Harrenhal and her son. If this theory is true, it means at the end of A Song of Ice and Fire, if the show is to be believed, when Bran Stark takes the Iron Throne, he will be the descendant of Aemond and House Green's blood will end up on the throne finally. But I personally hold out hope that George R.R. Martin is going to change the ending of A Dream of Spring after seeing the backlash that the show got. And I think that's why everything's taking so long. At least I hope that's the reason why. And that is the end of this video. Leave me a comment letting me know if you think this theory could be true. I think it does have some legs, but we're going to have to wait and see where the TV show and Fire and Blood book goes with this. And like this video so it gets recognized by the tyrannical YouTube algorithm. You can also subscribe. Next week I have a video coming out where I believe that Jaehaerys Targaryen is based on Edward III. So don't miss that. Until next time, don't laugh or you'll die. Bye!